Hello, everyone. Hope you're all doing fine. Right. So, this is, I guess, a little disclaimer. As I was editing the video, I couldn't help but notice that the examples I was using, to put it in very simple terms, are of people who are rich, are of people who do not consume, I would say, in a normal way, and some people would even say in an ethical way. So, this video is going to be more of an analysis. And even though I do relate to it, I'm not saying that this is the correct way to consume. I'm not saying that this is something that you guys should do, and you guys should definitely not feel bad if this is something that you guys don't do or don't agree with. But yeah, I think that's basically it. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy the video. When I was young, like imagine 13-year-old, 15-year-old Delson Shao, I was absolutely obsessed with sneaker collection videos and, sneaker shopping videos, closet tours, that had to do with sneakers. And I can pretty much say that I'm still obsessed with them till this day. For me, more than just entertainment or style inspiration, these videos actually served as education as well, whether I knew it or I didn't know it at the time, because the collectors would actually be very specific about every single shoe they were speaking about, right? So, like, for example, Jordans, they would be very specific as to like the history behind that colorway, the year that it dropped, if it's a sample, if it's an OG, if it's, I can drop sneaker terminology for like the next 10 minutes here, but that's not what we're doing today. But in a lot of these videos, I started to pay more and more attention, and there was always this one detail that always stuck out to me.
Man, I got 3 sets of these.
Sean W.
Sean, I got a bunch of these. 1, 2.
We have a bunch of shoes that are doubles and triples of some of my favorites.
People slept on them. So nice, I had to get them twice. You know what I mean?
You ever like something so much that you actually tell yourself, I'm going to get 2 of these that look exactly the same? That's actually something that is very common in the sneaker community, and I always found it very interesting. Some people will cop one to rock and one to stock or keep it on ice. Some people will maybe, cop one for themselves and the other one to resell. I'm not quite sure if that counts as doubling up, but I thought I would mention. Some people will cop one to like wear it on a day-to-day basis, and that becomes a beater, and they will have like another shoe that's in a better condition that they could wear to like more special occasions, I guess, or to like look cleaner in general. And for me personally, I think it's a really cool thing to do. Like, you just see something that is like, I like this so much that I'm gonna cop 2 of them, right? Especially today, where very rightfully so, everyone is trying to have like a closet that is very versatile, that you can kind of play with a lot of different styles, right? But for you to be copying 2 things that look exactly the same is you really saying that, what, I like this is me, I identify with this shoe, with this jacket. We're talking about shoes here, but doubling up is something that can happen with other things as well. Now, we must also think about the consumption aspect of this. It is a good thing when it comes to that personal style, motive, I would say. But when it's consumption, you have 2 things that look the same, so you're consuming twice as much, right? Which we can say it's not a very good thing. And I can say personally that I participate in that as well. Yeah. If it's your first time here, let me say welcome. My name, Delson Shao, Del, Mr. Xiao Son Tio. There's a lot of variations there. Use the one you see fit. I hope you're doing well, and I really, 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 really hope that you made your bed this morning. Oh yes. And yeah, welcome to the art of doubling up. Yes. I thought making that the title, The Art of Doubling Up, would be an interesting title. The art of just makes things more interesting. I don't know, maybe this could be something like Doubling Up 101 or something like that, but that's what we're gonna stick with, and that's what we're gonna be talking about today. By the way, apologies if you guys hear the chair kind of squeaking up. My bad. So yeah, we're gonna get into a couple of pairs that I've doubled up on myself. More specifically, 3 pairs. I'm gonna show them to you guys, tell you why I doubled up on them. They're not going to be exactly the same, but you guys will see what we're talking about here. Alright, so first of all, I had to bring you guys a little bit closer, obviously. And I would like to start off with the shoe that not only started it all for me, right, but the model that started it off. It's Michael Jordan, right? The Air Jordan 1. Obviously this is not the Air Jordan 1 Chicago from 85. I mean, was it Chicago or the black toe? Yeah, my sneaker history is is failing me today, but yeah. So as you can see here, we have 2 pairs. You can see that they're not only very different, because this one is way older and is way beat up than this one right here, but they're actually from different years. Right, this one, if I'm not mistaken, is from 2012, and this one right here is the retro from 2019. Now this was my very first pair of Jordans. I bought these. Everyone thought these were Dunks, and I was like, I promise you, these are Jordans. Now imagine, this was 2012. People were not, Travis Scott wasn't out here. You know what I'm saying? These were not a trend. Like I've been doing this. Like, come on, man. I gotta brag a little bit, man. I've been doing this. Come on now. I've been doing this. And yeah, these were my holy grails. I think I've seen, like, back in the day, I saw a picture of Kanye or A$AP Rocky rocking these, and those back in the days were like my style gods. Not Kanye obviously, but A$AP Rocky still, to an extent. And I saw these at the store. I was like, Dad, come on, please, you gotta do it. And what is it now, 2025? These been holding up since 2012. So yeah, I look at this shoe, a lot of memories. This was like my confidence booster. If I was like going on a date, if I had like a test or something like that, if I needed to be confident, this was what I put on, right? And as you can see, like, shoe is pretty beat up. It's old, but I just like to look at it and think about all of the memories, all of the good stuff that happened while I was wearing this shoe, right? And that is why I wanted to start with this shoe. That's why this shoe is so special. And now let's get into the 2019 version, right? Which, as you guys can see, looks way cleaner, way better condition. Also slightly different. It feels slightly different when I wear them and everything like that. And the reason why I doubled up on these is because if you asked me, at least like 5 years ago, I would say, if you asked me if there was only one shoe that I had to wear for the rest of my life, my answer would most definitely be the Air Jordan 1 Shadows. Just look at them. It goes with everything. Casual, non-casual, I can go to the gym with this. I can run with this. I can wear a suit with this. There's not one thing I cannot do with this shoe. I used to have these ones for an entire day, and I would feel comfortable. I would feel good. And obviously, as I told you guys, I would feel confident, which is, I think, the most important part of all of it. So, yeah, there you go. Jordan 1s, Shadows. I had to double up because they hold a very sentimental value to me. That's, I would say, the main reason. And even after I bought these ones, I was still wearing these ones a lot. But now, these ones, I wear them only to play basketball. Yes, I'm one of the guys who wears retro Jordans to play basketball, but also, because they're pretty beat, and I still have a pair that, is still holding up. Maybe one day I will wear these ones to play basketball. Who knows? On to the next one. All right, now we're going to be moving on to the Nike Cortez. Yes, as you guys can see, these shoes are definitely very different one from another. First of all, because obviously, like the previous ones, these ones are way more beat than these ones, right? These ones I customized, and these ones just look normal. They look regular, I would say. But also, not only are they from different years, but this one is like a pair that I got at a store, right? Just regular. And this one is actually a custom, right? Yes, I know. I went on Nike ID and I made the most boring shoe possible. My bad. But, the reason why I made these is because I couldn't find these. I was like, bro, I got to double up on these. You know what I'm saying? Because I just like these shoes so much, right? This, if you ask me top 3 sneaker models that I would wear for the rest of my life, we saw the ones, and now we're looking at these. So now you kind of, I guess you can also start like to understand why I actually doubled up on the pairs that I'm showing you guys. And the crazy thing is that you're looking at 2 pairs of Cortezes here, but the truth is that I had a pair of Cortez before these 2. So before these 2, I had the Forrest Gump looking ones, right? With the red swoosh and the blue stripe coming down here. But then I was like, this isn't like a shoe because of the colors, right? This isn't like a shoe that I can wear with everything every day. I must get a more neutral shoe. So I got this one right here in 2021, and man, like I wore them. I wore them and 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 I still wear them. I almost like threw these out or gave them away or something like that. Like, come on, man. Like, just look at the condition of these shoes. But then I saw a pair of Margielas, like the spread of Margielas, and I was like, bruh, I might as well repurpose this shoe. And I picked these colors, right? Because as I've told you guys, if you guys remember, I have this brand called Taikonaut, and we were dropping this sweater with these colors, and the photo shoot was gonna be with a painter, right? A very good painter from Coimbra. His name is Babu. Follow his work if you want to check it out. And I was like, what would be crazy if he actually wore these shoes with paint splatter, and we did the whole, I would say, campaign around that, right? And it just so happens that I really like these 3 colors together. I love them, not just because I'm Mozambican, because I'm African, and they just look beautiful, man. Like, come on, they just look really beautiful. And I really love this shoe like this, right? I'm very glad I didn't give them away or anything like that, and I did this instead because I actually wear them way more than these ones. Now, these ones, I really like them, but there's kind of, I kind of regret getting these, because after getting these, like, these just started to like show up, right? And the truth is that I don't know if you guys can like actually see it, but the shape isn't the same. This one though is way more comfortable. Way more comfortable. It actually costed a little bit more for the sake of being Nike IDs. These are way more comfortable. The materials are way more premium, but they're a bit too bulky, right? Whereas these ones, they have like a good balance of skinny shoe and, you know, running shoe. Like they're just right there, right? But I had to get a cleaner pair, and I got them. Went to Nike ID, and I did this. But I did something. Now this is what you want to see. As you can see, the tab here says Nike and it's black. But on this one right here, I did this little thing called manifesting. Hey man, one day this right here is going to be the Taikonaut logo, and we're gonna have a collab. And yeah, that's why this shoe is special to me. And you know, actually one of the people that made me buy this shoe is Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar wears this shoe a bunch. Obviously, him being from LA, this is one of the LA shoes. You have these, you have Converses, you have Chuck Taylors, and yeah, that's it. That's it for the Nike Cortez. And as you can see, I couldn't do Taikonaut, so I was just like Taiko. That's okay. But hey, man, I'm not mad at them. I wear them also a bunch. And yeah, I'm pretty positive that I will buy another pair of Cortezes. Yeah, black ones, I hope. On to the last final pair that I doubled up on. Ladies and gentlemen, it does not get better than this. This right here, Air Jordan 4, black and red, as some would call it, bread, is arguably the greatest piece of footwear ever invented, ever created. And it's right here. When I got this shoe right here, it's like 13-year-old version just came out of me, man. It's like, wow, I have this shoe. You know when you buy something that you've always wanted and you can't sleep, and it's like 3 a.m. and you get up to see if you still have it? This right here, man. This right here. Beautiful shoe. Amazing. Let me tell you how I got it, actually. This was during a time when, 2019, it was very hard to get shoes on the sneaker app. I don't know how it is right now, but it was pretty tough. And I knew these were coming out. I knew that, I set my alarms and everything. I set the date. And guess what happens? A couple of days before these dropped, I get a notification from Nike that I have exclusive access. Yes. I had some money that I was holding, right? I ran to the bank. I deposited, and I made the payment for the shoe before they ever dropped. Before they ever officially dropped, I was able to secure a pair. And that was special. That was special. And I've been treating these like my babies ever since 2019. These right here, holy grail. Look at that Nike Air bag tab. Come on, man. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That new buck, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people talk about these not being suede, being new buck, but I actually think they feel pretty good, right? And amazing shoe, great shoe to wear during the winter as well. They keep your foot warm. Beautiful color, black, red. You cannot go wrong. You cannot go wrong with like a pair of Levi's jeans. You cannot go wrong with a pair of shorts. Hey man, these are just, I can go all day. I can go all day. But there was one thing right, is that they're very good shoes for the winter, but I didn't want to get the nubuck wet. Like, that's one thing that you just don't want to do. You just don't want to do. So a lot of the times that I actually wanted to wear these shoes, I just didn't, because I just didn't want to get them wet. And then I heard that they were dropping these, but in leather. Everyone was like, a leather version? I don't know about that, man. But then they actually dropped, and then I actually copped. And let me tell you one thing, they're just as amazing. Now, these are great. I love them, man. I have nothing against these. You know, it was met with mixed reviews when they announced that they were gonna do a leather version. But if I'm being honest, they're just as good. They're just as good. They're just as beautiful. They're gonna be more durable and more wearable. Like, you can beat these better than you can beat these ones right here. So I thought that it was a great thing to double up on these. Even like if they just came out as nubuck, my bad, or suede, I feel like I would still double up because I just love this shoe so much. Like, I love this shoe, but you know, kind of getting like a different iteration there is just a beautiful thing. And yeah, I guess that's it. Yeah. Now, I thought that it would be a good idea to include these as well. You know, this isn't quite the same as the ones as I showed you guys before, because you know, there are Converses, there are different colors, and you can say that they're very different, but they're actually very alike as well. Now, the thing about these ones is that they are both Chuck 70s, right? And they are both Stussy collabs. Stussy, which is one of my favorite brands, which is a brand that inspired Taikonaut, right? One of the things that I always wanted from them was their sneaker collabs. I could never get their Nikes. The ones that I could get, I didn't really like. So when they announced the Chucks, I was like, you know what I'm saying? I gotta get a pair, because I didn't have a pair of Chucks as well, which I would say is actually a very essential piece in a closet and in a sneaker collection. So this was the first pair I got. As you guys can see, they have this little star here. They have the Stussy tag right there, and I don't know if I can show you guys, but they also have like the Stussy, and I don't know if you guys can see it or if I'm just looking dumb as hell here, but yeah. So I was like, you know what, now I got a pair of Chucks. I'm happy, they're Stussy, I'm good. But then one day I was in South Africa and I walk into the Converse store, and I just happened to see these bad boys on sale. They're Stussy. They got the iconic 8-ball. I don't know if you guys remember, but the Stussy 8-ball was a fever. I think, I don't know, like 20, 21, 22, I think 23. I'm not sure, but everyone was jumping on that Stussy train, bro. Like, it was actually crazy. And yeah, the truth is that these two shoes, right, they're kind of like a collector's item to me, right? I do wear them and I do like them a lot. I am considering selling either one or both, because I am selling a lot of the Stussy stuff that I have. But yeah, I had to get them more like a collector's item because I just like the brand. I never had shoes, so I was like, you know what, they're on sale, bro, I might as well. So yeah, I thought it would be cool to include that honorable mention right there. these are shoes that I really like. Stussy is a brand that I hold very near to my heart. If you guys even go look at the logo and you put it next to the Taekwondo logo, you guys will understand how much that brand inspired and still inspires me. So that's why we have these two shoes right here. And I guess that's it. All right, so that was today's video. Thank you very much for sitting there. If you got to this point, please leave a like, subscribe. Let me know down in the comments which pair was your favorite. If you had to make like a little ranking of these pairs that you saw, like which one was your favorite. Let me know if doubling up is something that you would do, and if you did, like what shoe would you double up on, or not even shoes, man. If you think that there's something within clothing, within accessories that you think you would double up on, let me know down in the comments. I want to see what you guys have to say. Yeah, once again, thank you so much. This was the first actual video, and I think it was important to me to bring something that I'm passionate about, that I really like, and a topic that I can talk about, that and I can also relate to myself. So that's what we did here. And just to end it all up, I hope you guys stay well, stay healthy, stay blessed, stay positive. I hope you guys are sharing love out there in the world, man. Seriously. And oh, I cannot forget, to my Mozambican women, I love you all. Have a great month. Have a great year. Have a great life. And I will catch you next time.